Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Big East panel. Thank you for joining us today. One quick thing, I want to make sure that each of you uses the question and answer. We have all agreed to kind of answer questions that come up that are general questions, not necessarily about each of our institutions, but things that you may want to know about the admission process. So we'll absolutely answer those as we go through. And also at the end, there will be a slide with each of our contact information. We are the rep that travels through the Carolinas and your main point of contact. So I'm going to start. My name is Jerry DeWicki. I am the interim director at Butler University. Whoops, I think I might have, there we go. And just a real quick thing, a couple of highlights about Butler. We are located in Indianapolis, Indiana. We are about 4,700 undergrads, primarily an undergraduate institution located about 5 miles north of downtown Indianapolis. It's a very walkable campus. 4 of our 5 residence halls are student union, academic buildings. All of those are within about a 3, 4, 5-minute walk at most. We have really transitioned over the past couple of years to being a more out-of-state institution. We've flip-flopped from about 55% in-state to being about 55, 56% out-of-state. So we have become a little bit more of a national brand, which is a great thing to be a part of. A couple quick things about our deadlines. We have a November 1st early action deadline and a February 1st regular decision deadline. And a quick kind of overview of what our typical student looks like. Our middle 50% tends to fall into the range of about a 3.6 to 4.2 GPA. And about 1150 to 1300 for the SAT, 24 to 30 for the ACT. We are made up of 6 different academic colleges, including communication, education, liberal arts and sciences, our College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, our Lacey School of Business, and the Jordan College of Arts. Some of our hallmarks are that we don't have very large lecture halls. Our average class size is 22, and only about 4% of our classes are above 50 students. We do have a core curriculum that all of our students follow, which has parts that are required that are community service-based, cultural and arts requirements that are part of it. And we've also introduced a new social justice requirement in our core curriculum as well. About 75% of our students will complete internships while they're at Butler. Many of our programs have required internship components. And we boast a 98% placement rate within 6 months of graduation into graduate or professional school or into employment. We talk a lot about Butler. We've introduced this program in the last couple of years called the Be Well model. It encompasses 8 divisions of our framework that are the foundation for a holistic Butler experience in student life, health and wellness, inside the classroom, outside the classroom. There are 8 dimensions of this. You'll see this little sticker all around campus that all of us kind of participate in and be a part of. We are a primarily residential campus. We do require students to live on campus their first 3 years. I think one of the cool things is that when students are seniors and do have the option of living off campus, as I said, we're in a residential area. Many of those students will live just off campus, and they are definitely still part of our community. We have about 130 different student organizations and clubs ranging from faith-based organizations, social service, arts organizations, Young Democrats, Young Republicans. We do have a Greek system. We are about 1/3 Greek. We kind of refer to it as being prominent but not dominant. And as you would probably know, being a part of the Big East, we are in Division I in all of our sports. So that is a quick overview of Butler. I encourage you to check out our website and check out departmental websites if you're interested in a particular academic program. They do a really good job of breaking down all of the different academic requirements and course requirements. So definitely check that out. And again, my name is Jerry DeWicki. I'm from Butler, and I'm going to kick over to UConn right now.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jerry. So my name is Dan Teague. I'm an admission officer at the University of Connecticut. And obviously I work with all Carolina students. So I'll give you a quick overview of some of the academic offerings, as well as the history, and then student life, a little bit about the deadlines and the application review process. But to kick it off, UConn was founded in 1881. We're the flagship university within the state of Connecticut, with over 24,000 students from 46 different states, 91 different countries. We're a top-ranked university in the heart of New England. So you can head right into fast facts. Thanks so much. So as I said, top 25 Research One university in the country. Basically, that means we have the highest level of research opportunities across the country. 5 undergraduate campuses across the state. Storrs is most likely the one that you'd be attending for. Stanford does also have housing. That's the only other campus that has housing. And that is more focused on fine arts, theater, and then also visual arts since it's so close to New York City. And then Avery Point is more geared towards marine sciences and marine biology because it's situated on Long Island Sound. But over 115 plus majors across 10 schools and colleges, over 320 minors as well. Some of our most popular programs are psychology and biological sciences, housed in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. But some of our most competitive programs are housed within the School of Business, the School of Engineering, and then the School of Nursing. For nursing and engineering specifically, I'll go into a little bit more application requirements. We do require physics and chemistry just because those courses or those programs will be very science heavy. But a little bit about the classroom, 16-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Our average class is around 30 to 35 students. So although we do have a pretty large student body, we keep our courses in a pretty small size. We did just go test optional this year as well for all academic programs for the next 3 cycles. So that's the biggest change in our application process this year. But for athletics and social activities, we're Division I NCAA in the Big East, of course. 23 plus national championships across all sports. We also do have club and intramural sports and a number of different activities, 700 plus clubs and organizations, numerous meeting spaces across campus, and then also 5 cultural campus centers on campus. On average for financial aid, 75% of our students receive need-based assistance, and the only form we require to offer that is the FAFSA. And then a little fun fact to end before we go into application requirements, we do have our own dairy bar on campus as well, so we make our own ice cream, and that is in every dining hall on campus. But leading into application, so for the application requirements, we remember the common application, and we do accept the application fee waivers as well. But when it comes to the requirements, we look for your high school transcript. If you have any college transcripts or college courses that you've completed, definitely send those to us as well. We'll audit your degree and you'll be closer to graduation. We do require a collegiate essay. 2 letters of recommendation are optional, recommended, and obviously SAT and ACT are optional at this point as well. But a little bit about the deadlines. We are a regular decision institution. So December 1st is our priority deadline. I always recommend that students try their best to complete their application at that point, just because if you complete at that point, any opportunity at the university that you're looking for, you'll be able to take advantage of. So merit scholarships, honors, and then any special programs as well. January 15th is the regular decision or application deadline. So not to say that a student that applies after that won't receive a decision. They'll just be given a decision most likely after that March 1st application decision drop. As I said, FAFSA is the only form that we require. The FAFSA deadline is February 15th, so definitely fill that out so you can receive need-based aid. March 1st is when our decisions start to drop in the mail for admission and financial aid. And then May 1st, this isn't probably as important for you students coming from the Carolinas, but May 1st is the national candidate reply date. And that is usually when folks like myself are going to be reaching out to you to kind of get a feel for, where you stand in your application process. But a few quick statistics just about what the average student that we see. Our average GPA is around a 3.6, and SAT is about a 1250 to a 1300. And average ACT is about a 28. But that's a little bit of quick information about the University of Connecticut. As Jerry said about Butler, definitely feel free to check out our website or follow up with me if you have any questions after today. But thank you so much.
Thanks, Dan. Next up would be DePaul.
Good evening, everybody, or afternoon kind of still in the East Coast. Thank you so much for sharing your afternoon/evening with us. My name is Rebecca Hernandez. I'm an assistant director with DePaul University, and I oversee the region of North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, and Arkansas. So super glad to be here with you all. And I just want to break down some of the information that I'm going to provide you. So I'm going to first talk a little bit about our admission process, some general information about our academics, and then we'll dive into our student life. So Jerome, if you can pass the slide. Thank you so much. Awesome. So our academics at DePaul, we have 10 different colleges and schools, which will be updated very shortly. We have a new college called our School of Diplomacy that's coming up for a lot of our students that are interested in going into law school. That has been a very popular interest for our students over the last 3 years. But to just narrow it down, outside of that, we have over 300 plus academic programs. Some of our most popular majors at DePaul, which we are a 4-year private liberal arts institution. And although every single student is going to be able to dip their toes in every single college, we do have some popular majors at DePaul. It's going to be film and television, computer science, accounting, psychology, and political science. So those are just to name a few of the popular areas at DePaul. But as I mentioned, we know and we recognize that a lot of you may still be wondering and may still be trying to narrow it down. So please consider looking at schools that offer you that opportunity to dip your toes in many different areas while still focusing on your academic major and trying to graduate on time. Our 15:1 faculty to student ratio, we have an average class size of 22, which means that you're truly going to get more of a personalized education, right? We want to ensure that you get to know your faculty, your professors, your advisors. They're going to know your strengths. They may also know your weaknesses, right? Or areas of growth. And so we really want to provide you that opportunity to be able to ask questions, to think critically, and have that sense of community even within your academic space. 98% of our classes are taught by professors. And then we do have a couple of honors programs at DePaul. These do require at least a 3.75 GPA weighted in order for you to be invited into them. So they are based on your application. We review your application. As long as you meet the GPA requirement, you would be invited to one of the several honors programs that you see below. So our university's honors program, that's for every single student. We have our Strobel Honors Accountancy program that's specifically for students within our business school. Our Pathways Honors program is for students interested in health science, biology, or chemistry. And then our Honors 3+, 3BA to JD is the only direct admit program into our law school. So it's the only one that's directly admitting you into more of a graduate level degree. So if you are interested in political science, public policy, philosophy, just to name a few, those might be some of the areas of interest and why we would invite you into the 3+3 BA to JD program. Now, enough about academics, right? Many of you have even posed some questions about student life. And so we definitely want to cover that. I think that's just as important to keep that balance. We have over 350 clubs and organizations at DePaul, anything from Greek life to student government. Our DePaulia just received one of the biggest college sort of awards that you can get for journalism. And so we've had a lot of push for students to really give back, especially in our current climate, for students to document things that may be happening in their community, in their neighborhood, at the DePaul community at large, right in the Lincoln Park area, and then in the downtown area as well. So we're really proud of the DePaulia. And then several other programs. You know, we have a student life that's more focused on mental health awareness. We've had a student life that's more focused on creating more transparency and areas of growth. Even though we are a Catholic institution, we still want to continue promoting, you know, health awareness for all of our students, whether that be mental health or just in general, any other type of health that you might be more inclined to be more focused on during your time in college. Other opportunities as well, we have over 80 different study abroad opportunities. 6 of them are going to be specific to first-year students. We're on the quarter system, and during winter, or excuse me, between fall and winter quarter, we have a 6-week winter break. So you can choose to study abroad as a first-year student during that winter break. it's going to be a 10 to 15 day short immersive experience where it's definitely going to be a little bit more economical. And I find that students are more inclined to study abroad at an earlier stage. So we're really proud of offering that opportunity. And then we are a dual campus. So it's not that we have two different campuses. It's also that they're cohesive. They work together. Anything you find in one, you will also find in the other. You have Lincoln Park, which is more of our residential area. It's the one that you see here. So it's ranked one of the best neighborhoods to live in is Lincoln Park in the city of Chicago. It's a lot more of a greener space, more of that traditional campus with 11 of the 12 residence halls. And then we have our downtown campus. That's that busy go-getter environment, top Fortune 500 companies all around us. And that's why some students really truly look at DePaul's to get that balance of the best of both worlds. And then the rest you can see on here. I know you can read a slide, but one thing that I do want to draw your attention to is the fact that we do also offer a lot of opportunities for students to give back. We are a liberal arts city school, but we're also a Catholic institution. We really want to focus on our Vincentian values, and we have the question of what must be done. So we do draw a lot of our students to give back to the over 500 different non-for-profits that we're partnered with, both locally and nationally. So if you are a student that wants that, sort of busy go-getter environment, internship focused, very academic driven with the balance of being a leader in your community, whether that be on campus or back home, this may be a really great fit for you. And now I'm going to pass it over. I believe it's Georgetown. Sorry, Jerome. Oh, Marquette. Sorry about that.
Marquette is next.
Are we missing Marquette maybe?
I think we are. We can go down to Providence.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to jump into Providence.
Great. So hi, everybody. My name is Annalie Bennick, and I am here from Providence College. To start, I'm going to share a little bit about some admissions, things that are important, and then jump into a little bit about Providence College, what's important to us in student life and things like that. We do have a number of different deadlines. We have early action and early decision 1, which are November 1st deadlines, and then regular decision and early decision 2, which are January 15th deadlines. So a lot of different possibilities for you. Don't have enough time right now to jump into all of the differences between early action, regular decision, and early decision, but definitely very important to take a look at to find out whichever application deadline might be best for you. To go into our next slide a little bit about Providence in general, whenever I'm talking about PC, I find myself so often saying best of both worlds. And I think that's with 1, our location, and 2, our size, but I'll definitely start with our location right in the city of Providence, which is the capital city of Rhode Island. I think that Providence has so much to offer, but in a very manageable way. It's super walkable. There are, I guess, quintessential New England cobble streets. It's just a really pretty place, but it is a city. It is the capital, so a lot in terms of internship possibilities and things like that. But the campus of Providence College is actually on the western side of the city, which is the more residential area. So it feels more suburban on the campus. We have green quads, buildings in a centralized location. So you have your place that's your home at PC, and then the city is just 5 minutes away to get to downtown. The city bus also has stops on campus and then all throughout downtown Providence, and it's free to ride with your student ID. So transportation back and forth is super easy. But then also, like I said, best of both worlds with our size. We are small in terms of the number of students that we have on campus, but I always say we're more of a small, medium-sized school just because we have such an active student body. And when you're walking around campus, it really does feel as though you in a more medium setting. It's a little bit larger than life, but we do have just over 4,000 undergraduate students. We are the smallest school in the Big East Conference, but we're definitely not lacking in spirit. There's so much PC pride. We only have a handful of grad programs, so we're really undergraduate focused. There are 3 schools: the School of Arts and Sciences, the School of Business, and the School of Professional Studies. At Providence, you don't have to apply into a specific school. If you apply and are accepted to Providence College, we're saying that we want you on our campus just because of who you are and what we think you'll bring to our community, and then you can study whatever you want to from there. Because we are a smaller school, we do have those small class sizes and a lot of personalized faculty attention, which I think is great. Then on the next slide, to keep it going, I guess too, so we are a Catholic school, and we are the only school in the country that's run and founded by the Dominican friars. And they believe in a balance of faith and reason in pursuit of veritas, or truth. What I think that means most for students on our campus is that we want you to be learning from as many different people as possible, as many different perspectives and experiences that you can get. Think about things with an open mind and then also a critical mind to come to the truth that works best for you, and then to grow to be the truest version of yourself throughout your 4 years at PC. So we have a lot of different extracurricular opportunities that we use to supplement that really academic focus that we have. So over 100 plus student-led organizations. We also want you to experience, if you're interested, time outside of the city of Providence. So around half of our students will study abroad. We have over 300 study abroad programs in 40 different countries. Some of them, like our PC in Room program, where you have Providence College professors going over with you, and you have your Providence semester in Italy, which is amazing, and then others that are more immersive as well. So really up to you on what type of abroad experience you might want there. And then internships and research are really encouraged as well. We're only an hour from Boston, so a lot of our students will even do internships in Boston throughout the semester. The commuter rail from Boston comes out to Providence, so super easy, going back and forth all day. 96% participated in an internship or career-related experience by the time that they graduated. A lot of this is faculty encouraged. They love working with you to get you that time outside of the classroom. And then research as well, both on campus, faculty-led, and student-led. So I think that's, kind of, I guess, the biggest takeaway about Providence is that you'll have that really small classroom setting, but then outside of the classroom, so many experiences and things to get involved in as well. So I'm going to pass it on. I'm not really sure where we are with time because we had that little pause with Marquette, so I want to make sure that we give enough time for the rest of the schools that we have.
I will jump in and give many apologies. Seton Hall is next, but they are not in this this PowerPoint. I don't know where this got edited along the way, so I apologize, but you're going to have to go without the slides. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay, Jerome. You don't love me today. Sorry.
Oh, but I do. I do.
Not a problem. I can just give you some information. Not sure what happened, but my name is Ernea Evans. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions for the Southern Region for Seton Hall University. For those of you that don't know, Seton Hall is a small private liberal arts Catholic school located in South Orange, New Jersey. We're about 14 miles outside of New York City. And although we are a small liberal arts Catholic school, we do offer the advantages of a large research university with the benefits of that small, supportive and nurturing environment. We do have about 90 different programs spread out over 7 colleges. Some of our more popular majors are anything in business, health sciences, diplomacy and international relations, as well as communications. We are 4th in the nation for internships because we are so close to New York City. Our students are garnered the opportunities to do internships across the board. Not only are we close to New York City, but we are also close to Philadelphia as well as Washington, D.C. and Delaware. So again, a lot of great opportunities for students to do hands-on learning, which actually puts us at a 93% job placement rate within a year of graduating for students in their field. So we do really encourage students going out to get that, getting that experience before leaving college so they don't have to go and get the experience after graduating. We do have an amazing leadership program. It's first for the 5th year in a row. So we give, again, that mentorship, as well as internship projects and things like that. So our students do very, very well. We have over 150 clubs, organizations, and again, Division I Big East Athletics. Those can range from Greek, mock trial, Habitat for Humanity, Harry Potter Club. The beautiful thing about Seton Hall is that if we don't have a club or organization, you can definitely go on campus, go to our student activities department and create a program. We also have intramural and club sports. So a little bit of everything for everybody. We do have housing. It's not mandatory to stay on campus your first year or at all. So students have that. We do give out scholarships to every student that applies based on grades and test scores. This year we are test optional. So you do have that as a senior if you are on the call, but if not, as a junior next year, we probably will be going back to requiring tests. We do have 2 application deadlines, two early action, November and December 15th, and regular decision being February and March 1st. And then last but not least, I would say you can definitely visit our campus. We have daily, Monday through Saturday, virtual tours and information sessions. We have our virtual tour on YouTube, but our virtual tours during our sessions actually include a student worker who does a walking live tour. So that, and we also have open houses. So if you have any questions, I do look forward to talking to you.
Thank you. And Villanova is up next.
Hi everyone, my name is Rosemary Raposa. I'm an Assistant Director of Admission at Villanova. Just to give you a little overview of Villanova if you've never been to campus, Villanova is a mid-sized Catholic university. We were founded in 1842 by the Order of St. Augustine, and we were originally founded as a place to educate the children of Irish immigrants at the time. We are an inclusive, tight-knit community that welcomes students from all different types of religious, non-religious, or spiritual backgrounds. We actually have a saying on campus that Villanova students hold doors open for each other. We have 6,500 students undergrad, and our campus is located just 12 miles west of the city of Philadelphia. So we're actually located in Villanova, Pennsylvania, which is located on the historic Main Line. It's called the historic Main Line because there's trains that run through all of the surrounding towns straight into Center City, Philadelphia. So we actually have 2 train stations on our campus that take you into Philly in about 20-25 minutes. What you're looking at in front of you is a picture of the twin spires on top of the St. Thomas of Villanova Church. And something important to note about us is that we're really rooted in our Augustinian identity. So there are over 4,000 different colleges and universities in the US, but the Villanova is the only Augustinian university. If you just remember a few things about Villanova today, I hope you remember our 3 core values: truth, unity, and love, which translate in Latin to veritas, unitas, and caritas, because those are 3 values that are very important to our campus community and that really underlie everything we do. Next slide, please. Thank you. So we take pride in a really personalized education. Our faculty are dedicated to building relationships with their students. We offer over 80 majors and minors in 4 academic colleges. So we have a College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Business, Engineering, and Nursing. And you do apply directly to the college of your interest. If you were interested in the sciences or engineering, you're going to apply directly to your major. Just a couple fun facts about our academics. One being that we have a unique research program that students can participate in as early as 2nd semester freshman year. It's called our Freshman Match Program. You are connected with faculty, and then you have the opportunity to engage in a research project over the course of 10 weeks with an $1,000 stipend. So that's a cool opportunity kind of early on. Another one I want to mention is we have a really neat class where you create social justice documentaries. One of our student-produced social justice documentaries actually took home the gold medal at the Student Academy Awards last year. We are one of the top producer of Fulbrights and Rhodes Scholars, so I would definitely describe our students as globally minded. And then next slide, please. Thank you. And now to get to the fun part and the theme of the evening, which is the Big East. So earlier I mentioned that Nova is known as Villanovans. Well, we also go as the Wildcats, and that's our mascot. So we're proud members of the Nova Nation. We are Division I, and there's so many different wonderful athletic events to either be a part of or be a spectator. I think our athletic program definitely brings a really strong sense of school spirit to campus, which is a lot of fun. We also have 30 different club sports and intramurals if you're looking to play a sport at a different level. But school spirit really transcends athletics at Villanova. We also have really vibrant opportunities to do service in the local community and beyond. You don't have to do service at Villanova if you don't want to, it's not required, but our students do over 250,000 hours annually. I think one of our most notable events is our Special Olympics program that happens each year. So we have the largest student-run Special Olympics program in the nation. It happens during the fall, and it's such a spirited and fun event. Definitely like to describe Villanova students as joiners. They like to get involved. There's so many different clubs and activities, whether you're joining to be a Blue Key tour guide or take part in residential life, fraternity and sorority life, our Black Student Union, VU Pride, a cappella groups. There's just so many different things that you can find a place for yourself. And I guess just finally to conclude, to keep it to my 5 minutes, our 3 core values at Villanova are truth, unity, and love. There really is a culture of warmth and kindness on our campus, mixed with that Big East school spirit. If you're interested in hearing more about our admissions and application information, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'd be happy to go over any of that info with you. But now I will pass it off to
Xavier is next and last.
All right, good evening, everyone. Bringing up the rear, I'm Brian Gibson, Regional Recruitment Director at Xavier University. Xavier University was founded in 1831. We are the 4th oldest Jesuit Catholic university in the country. We have students that come from 47 different states and 41 countries. Our student of color population is right at 21%, which at a smaller to medium-sized university, it really shows up. We have 20% of our student population are the first of their families to go to college. So definitely when you come to Xavier, you're not kind of alone. You are part of that particular community. We have over 20 different faiths that are represented here at Xavier. While we are Jesuit Catholic, there is a place for everyone, and everyone is respected here at Xavier. 40% of our students are the first to come from their high school, which is very important. And so if you are thinking about stepping out of your comfort zone, coming from the Carolina area, all the way up to Cincinnati, Ohio, you need not to worry. There are other students that come from out the country, and they are the first of their area to come to Xavier as well. Next slide, please. Xavier University, we have over 90 different majors to choose from. Our student-teacher ratio is right at 12-to-1. Average class size is right between 22 to 28 students. Again, we think of ourselves as a medium-sized institution. I regularly tell the students we give you a big college feel in a small college environment. 98% of our student population within the first 6 months of graduation are either in their career field or doing some type of volunteer or graduate work as well. We have 4 distinct honors programs here at Xavier. We have our HAB, which are classics, our PPP program, which is our political science on steroids, our Smith Honors College, which is part of the College of Business, a University Scholars Program, which is our General Honors College, and then we have our newest Honors College, which is our Data Science Program, which is in our College of Arts and Science. 93% of our seniors rated their Xavier experience as positive or excellent. And so you get a really good, well-rounded education here at Xavier. One of the secret sauces behind that experience is our student success team. Each student that comes to Xavier, you are equipped with an academic advisor, student success coach, a financial aid counselor, as well as a career coach. Every student here at Xavier gets some type of scholarship. You know, we believe that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. And so each student will receive some type of merit-based scholarship here at Xavier with a complete application, which includes 2 letters of recommendation, official transcripts. We are test optional, lifetime. And so if you decide to apply minus your ACT or SAT scores, you still will qualify for that merit-based scholarship as well. Next slide, please. One of the key components here at Xavier is our student commitment. This commitment here was constructed by students as well as faculty in conjunction together. And so we really hold this particular commitment in high regard in everything that we do. While it's not required for students to do, service at Xavier, we definitely strongly encourage that. We have over 170 clubs and organizations to choose from on campus, anything from bird watching. Obviously, we have some sororities and fraternities on campus as well. We are part of Big East, as you guys well know. We have 18 NCAA Division I teams represented here at Xavier. Basketball is king. We look forward to the competition with a lot of our colleagues this year, and we hope to see you at Xavier soon. Feel free to visit us at xavier.edu or reach out to me online and I can set up a visit for you. Thank you.
Fantastic. We have 9 minutes, so hopefully people have some questions. This is all of our contact information if you want to take a quick photo of that or screenshot it so you can follow up with us. But happy to answer some questions in the Q&A as a group. You have 9 more minutes of us, so please ask.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to just add on here something that I think has been at top of mind for a lot of students that I've connected with from your area recently, which I'm so glad that Brian just mentioned it, which is looking at schools, right, that may be test optional or looking at schools that offer a test optional opportunity if you are not able or weren't able to take your test score. So just want to remind everybody that if you are worried about it and maybe don't know if you're going to be able to take the exam, maybe you had, a date coming up, you're thinking it's going to happen. I know a lot of students where those dates have kind of fluctuated. Just know that there are plenty of schools here that are test optional, and that's not something that you necessarily have to worry about for those specific institutions. So just wanting to give those students that may be worried a peace of mind that there are institutions that aren't requiring the test score. We can each all go more in depth into the application process if you have any specific questions about that. But just as a reminder that I know this year has been really tough. So keep that in mind as you're going through that search process. And any other questions that you might have, it could be about your college essay, really anything. We are here for the next couple of minutes. So if you do, feel free to ask.
I would follow up by saying that, I think all of us at all colleges and universities are certainly aware of everything that you're going through, and we're going through it along with you. It's pretty tough. So we did get a question: what are the most popular companies for Butler and Xavier students with respect to internships? I can real quickly say some of the ones that are big ones would be Lilly, the pharmaceutical company that's headquartered in Indianapolis, Roche Diagnostics, Rolls-Royce. A lot of folks will intern with the Indy Sports Corp, which hosts some of the big events that happen typically in Indianapolis, like the Final Fours, the Big Ten football championships, Big Ten basketball championships. Those are big ones, but I'll kick it over to Brian to answer as well.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. We partner with, obviously, Kroger, Procter & Gamble, Duke Energy is right there. Cincinnati is home for 8 Fortune 500 companies, of which we partner with all of them. That is, again, in your junior year, you'll work with them as far as internships to get those careers.
Any other questions or comments from students, or from if anybody else wants to jump in? I feel like I need to definitely get Nay some time after messing up her presentation.
You are fine. No worries.
was accident. But other questions that you might have or comments from our panelists about what they're going through right now, what they're seeing from students, some of the questions that they're getting common questions from. So I'll ask, how much for the students are these virtual fairs or virtual contexts? Are they working out well? Or do you hate them? Are you getting something out of them?
We must be really good at our jobs. Nobody has any questions at all for any of us about anything at all.
I will just say one thing for the students that are here. The application, our applications, all of our applications will be opening soon. And so feel free to go all out and start to submit that information to us. I know a number of us will review those applications quickly and be able to turn that around for a decision rather quickly. So keep that in mind throughout the process as well.
We'll add one additional thing to what Brian said. For everybody that's on the call today, keep in mind, all of us have scholarships outside of our merit scholarships, I'm going to assume. And it would be very, 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 very important and to your benefit to apply for those special scholarships, because a lot of us, I can't speak for everybody, I know Seton Hall does allow you to stack those scholarships. So you want to get special scholarships to help with the funding of your tuition, because we are all private schools and we want to make sure that we can make this as affordable as possible. So don't hesitate to fill those special scholarships. Look at our websites, go to them. Everything you need is there to get that information, and reach out to us individually. Our job is to help you. We want to make this process as easy as possible for you and your family. So don't ever hesitate to call and email us. You're never bothering us. So don't ever think, oh, I've called Brian 3 times this week. Call him a 4th time if you need to. Rebecca, Rosemary, we're all here to help you navigate this process.
Kind of echo those sentiments, honestly. Also keep in mind that in your community, there are probably a lot of different scholarships, organizations, foundations, Rotary clubs, really anything. And I think there's a common misconception that there's like a ton of people applying for all of those scholarships, and some of the like larger, more national scholarships, there's a ton of people going for, but you'd be surprised how little sometimes there are actually in those application pools. So you might be able to rack up $500, $1,000, $1,500. And as Ernie said, a lot of these are schools, you're able to stack those on top of the financial aid and scholarship that we're offering you. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I think fastweb.com is one website that has a ton of different resources that you can check out. So as we said, everyone has said, we're all here to help you. We're literally waiting. Some of us are waiting in our offices, some of us are waiting at our computers at home, but we are really just waiting for you folks to reach out, and we're happy to help. And thank you for coming today.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you.
We got 1 minute left, so you have a question, throw it in there. We didn't think we would have this much time at the end.
Everybody stayed on 5 minutes, like perfect. We should all be very proud of ourselves. I've heard horror stories at some of the other ones. Good people.
I in particular, being last, thank you all for sure.
All right.
For a second. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks
This was
all.
great.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay healthy, stay safe. Bye.
You as well.